Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a shaving cream today from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, cool group of our friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would, and for our mention today, we wanted to talk about the shaving creams from Ariana and Evans.
For those of you actually attempting to save money at this hobby, these creams by Ariana and Evans clock in at under $12 if you are a member of the Shaving Shop Club, which is only $9.99 every 6 months for a membership, and the discounts are deep. And y'all, just about the best shaving cream formula we have ever experienced. They did not skimp on quality. Let's start with baklava. This whisks me off to grease. I can even smell the puff pastry on the inside and those caramelized nuts and things. Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah, just that kind of goldeny hue, somehow light and airy, super delicious.
Moving on with the gourmands, this might be my favorite gourmand shaving cream, Cherry Cola. And as we surmised on the episode and had confirmed by Peter himself, there's far more than cherry cola in this. There are herbs, spices, woods going on under the surface, some cedars and things. It is a fabulous homage to that summery drink you might love.
I get the cherry, like maraschino cherry, and then I get the effervescence of the cola. You just can't get a big enough whiff of this one.
And I'm allergic to mango, so I love going to fresh mango because I can put it on my face, if not in my mouth, and it's a beautiful, rich, decadent, syrupy, honey-ish summer fruit. What do you think about this one? This is probably your favorites for the gourmands.
Yeah, this one just screams summer fun for me.
And we are generally not giant fans of the cannibals note because there are certain words we can't say on YouTube. But y'all, something about Plum and Bliss made an exception for our lineup. I love how that note sits underneath the plum and in amongst all those other rich spices and woods and things swirling around in this one.
Yeah, it almost gives off an incensey kind of a vibe for me more than anything.
So if you are not a fan of cannibals necessarily, but you want to dip your toe in the pool of that particular note, this is a much more natural presentation of that scent. Nothing like the quad at San Francisco State in 1994. I promise you that. And this, y'all, this might be my absolute favorite of the shave creams. This is Sylvan Fog, because we have our own fog here in the Bay Area. In fact, it kept the entire Bay Area from seeing the fireworks show the last 4th of July. He was the only one who saw it, and his name is Carl, the fog layer. And this brings me back to those Bay Trail walks underneath that silvery blanket where you can feel mist on your face. It's done with kind of some mysterious blending of notes, including a little bit of civet.
But it does have just like the escape for me that you get when you just look out and see the fog rolling in over the hills. Something about that calm and peacefulness comes through with this one.
And then on to the homages. These are not dupes. These are actual homages. Peter's own nose recreating some of his favorite cologne and aftershave scents. We're going to start with Soir Noir. This is his homage to Jacquard Noir, and it's only about 50 to 60% of the original for me, and I actually like what Peter's done with it better than the actual Jacquard Noir.
It has a very fresh, clean, masculine kind of vibe. It doesn't quite go cologne-y for me, but it kind of rides along that line.
Rive Paris, Peter's own take on Rive Gauche. It's got that beautiful powdery barbershop note underneath, but it doesn't go all the way to Barbasol. It goes all the way to Ariana and Evans, because there are some Peter-esque twists and turns in this.
It's almost like a sweet talky kind of vibe on it.
And finally, Ascot and Tweed, which for me is only about 30 to 40% green Irish tweed. And then goes off into some more dapper, outdoor, grassy, herby, beautiful, woody directions.
Yeah, it has a almost like a sweet, summery green side to me that some of the other ones don't quite get to, but it has that fresh vibe. It's still on the Green Irish Tweed lane, but without fully hopping it.
And what is our shave soap for today?
We have Watermelon Cachaca. Let's meet it. All
right, y'all, from the sales page at aegrooming.com or Shaving Shop Club, BarbershopDuet.com. Would you look at this list of scent notes? I thought this was just going to be a watermelon scented cream, but there is way more going on in here.
All right, inspired by a wonderful tropical drink in Brazil. Here are the scent notes: bergamot, lime, watermelon, mango, litsea, rum, brown sugar, guaiac wood, Tolu balsam, and cedarwood. And here are the ingredients for the drink: 1 cup cubed watermelon, half lime cut into wedges, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 shots of cachaca, and crushed ice.
I don't know what Cachaca is, but I know your Aunt Vicky loves Tawaka because she says after 3 shots, it's hard to waka. Directions. Place the watermelon cubes into a blender and blend until pureed. 2. Place the lime wedges and sugar into a cocktail shaker and muddle. Add the watermelon puree, cachaca, and crushed ice to the shaker and shake well. Pour into chilled glasses, garnish with extra lime, and serve. And then try Tawaka. And y'all, he had me at Tolu balsam. Let's open the box. All right, y'all, nobody packages their stuff with more care than AE Grooming, but we already opened this box and kind of revealed some of these soaps, so they are not in their original packaging. But you did not see Indo Ink. That one is coming soon. I think this is the last of the Last Call series for the K2E base to be here on the show. And a recent addition, which we will be shooting soon, is the Tobacco Cashmere Shave Cream. I'm excited about that. But here is this beautiful summery label, and I'd be lying if I didn't say it was the colors on this that made me order this one. Y'all come along with us while we have our first impression. All right, y'all. Well, since you went to a baby shower today where they actually had an overripe watermelon they had to end up making drinks out of, why don't you take a first impression and tell me how close this is to the real deal?
Off to Brazil, y'all. Oh, they have a little stopper here for us.
Very nice. A little cosmetic barrier.
Okay, plug your nose in case it gets a little warm here.
Beautifully soft and shimmery shave cream. All right. What are you getting?
Oh, okay. So it starts watermelon-y. It's not the Bubblicious version of watermelon, if you ever had those growing up, because that was quite watermelon-y. This is a little bit more on the real side of the watermelon. It kind of rides into a little of that sweeter side that you can get in Bubblicious, but it doesn't quite go there. I think it caps it off with the other lime and other stuff going on in here.
No Jolly Ranchers in here, folks.
No, sadly. It does. It gets super clean at the end. So I think it's the Tolu balsam and the other woods that are happening that kind of like puts a damper on it getting too sweet. Like, I don't think you're getting cavities or anything from here. It doesn't go into that zone.
Interesting.
But it has a fresh vibrancy to it. So I think the lime helps with that. Let me see if I can find if there's actually the rum or the cachaca in here. One second. Okay, I think it's kind of hidden in there. If I didn't know it was in here, I think it would come off more as like the creamier woodsy side. But now that I know to look for it, I can tell it's in here. But you're not going to be wasted taking a whiff of this.
There you go.
Okay, so Vida After Dark, another A&E one that we had, that had tequila in it. And it was the same kind of vibe. I could tell it was in there, but it didn't overpower it or make it too boozy. This is the same thing. It kind of disappears into it, but it just adds a little charm. And I think it really needs it in here. But I wouldn't have known it was in there if I wasn't looking.
The drinks where you can't really taste the alcohol are the most dangerous. Am I right? I used to make a drink in college called the Marcus Rita. You couldn't even tell there was tequila in that till you woke up in the backyard the next morning.
I don't know if we have any other scents that have watermelon like this.
That's why I got this. I wanted a nice summer shave after the 4th of July, and this was going to be my pony. That's why I did not shave last night.
We have water eucalyptus, but it switches right away. As soon as you get a whiff of the watermelon, it jumps into the other eucalyptus-y side, like the minty fun. And I love that one. But this is kind of cool to have where the watermelon has a little bit more of a moment to shine before it jumps into more of the drink vibes going on.
Water eucalyptus from Katie's Bubbles, which I wouldn't even put in the gourmandy category, ironically.
Super refreshing. Like, it almost is like a wine coolery kind of vibe without any of that wine actually in it. But this one has more of like the actual real rind. Like, it does feel like the watermelon was pureed in this for sure.
Remember when watermelons used to be 98 cents a metric ton at the store, and now they're crazy expensive?
I kind of like how sweet this doesn't get. Like, I really thought it was going to be like hitting you in the face with the watermelon. It's here throughout the whole whiff, but then it kind of goes into like this sandy kind of almost creamy kind of color for me. So I'm almost feel like my toes are in the sand or something. Like, it just has a little kind of dampening of the sweets, which I'm really liking. Yeah, I'm almost picturing like driftwood or something. Like, I really am getting a beachy vibe. I don't know exactly why that's happening, but maybe it's the fun fruits that are in here that's kind of adding that summer chill for me.
Well, it is Brazil.
Okay, I know it lists brown sugar.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite get that gourmandy. I think my brain almost puts that in the, like, sweeter alcohol-y kind of side. Like, it kind of goes into that route than being, like, straight up gourmandy for me. I feel like it's super crowd-pleasing. Like, you kind of would assume that the watermelon would be screaming when you open this thing.
Sure.
And it's there, but it's not taking over the whiff. So I think even if you're not a giant fan of watermelon, you'll still like, because there's so many other things going on in here, that's where your nose is going to be able to gravitate towards.
Is it weird that I'm not a giant fan of the taste of watermelon, but I love the scent? Is that weird?
No.
I think it's the same thing with leather. I love how it smells, but it tastes funny.
I thought I was going to get hit more with the mango because we had just smelled it,
Right.
but it actually really blends super well into the watermelon. It just adds that summer fun portion, but it doesn't get as like tangy as mango can get.
Right.
It kind of just blends like almost like a rainbow sherbet kind of vibe, like having the watermelon with the mango. Like they're just BFFs in here. They kind of blend so well you can't pull them apart.
Anybody else ever have those friends that when you go to the beach, they just cut a hole in the watermelon and pour a bottle of vodka into it and then shake it up? I did.
This one doesn't smell that alcoholic. You're good.
Nice.
But I do feel like I'm at the beach with my toes in the sand, so that part made sense.
We have not had an actual drink of alcohol since lockdown. A few of our very close friends got sober, and we didn't really want to make a habit or a hobby out of it, which under lockdown probably would have been easy for us.
So we got into shaving soaps instead.
There you go.
I mean, there's alcohol, but it's in splashes, so you're fine.
Right.
I feel like this might be one that you're going to want the splash for. Like, I really don't think you get tired of having this on your shoulder all day. I get why you picked this because of the label. I'm glad you were drawn in because it's totally one that we want in the den here. But the fun here screams summer, and I can't wait for you to get your nose in there.
Oh, I can't wait to get my razor on this. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Taking it in. Let's open a little barrier here. You don't care if I throw this away.
No.
Okay, I put this over here. All right, here we go. Yo, this is something way closer to something that Polo, Ralph Lauren, would have come up with for a fruity aftershave or cologne than it is a gourmand. This is wild. Hold on a second.
Like, you know it's watermelon, but then it morphs immediately.
And it's only subtly watermelon. Like, you get that it's more summer fruity than you do the actual, like, watermelon. I think it's because it is mixed with a little bit of mango
Right.
and other things like that in there. But this is a sophisticated scent blend. Y'all, I am flummoxed. Hold on. And y'all, if the fruits are here, the woods are here. They are right next to it in intensity. That's the other reason I'm thinking this is not just a fruity scent at all, because it immediately throws the saloon doors open into the guaiac wood and into those other deeper, darker parts of this. And then the alcohol is way underneath all of that. Hold on a second.
Right, I thought the brown sugar side was going to be way more of a thing, but it's kind of hidden.
And the funny thing is the brown sugar comes after the woods. So there's nothing else sweetening up the fruits. The fruits are just allowed to be sitting there in all of their tartness and all of their beautiful summer glory. Yeah, buddy. And it's the woods and the Toulouse balsam that give this a little bit of an edge that your feet can land on to experience the rest of this scent, a rather solid wooden wall that your nose hits at the bottom of this. Whoo!
Yeah, I couldn't decide if my toes were in the sand, if that's the vibe I was getting, or if I was at a bar that was made of all of those woods
Right.
in front of me.
It's not mahogany, but it's not far. You know what I mean?
There's a richness to it somehow.
And the alcohol scent notes in this are just kind of giving it a heat, the same way that like a Szechuan pepper would add kind of a heat to the scent, bringing you out to a summer day on the beach, but not here in San Francisco because it's so cloudy you can't even see the water. I kind of have this game of thinking up alternate names for shaving soaps that help kind of describe the visions that my mind gets. You know what I might call this? Ice cream social. Just something about being under a gazebo out in the park with your friends on a Sunday after church, and there's tons of different ice cream flavors and blenders going off, making fruity drinks with umbrellas in them.
There you go.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Nicely done. Oh, and I just found the lime, and it's phenomenal. I was like, why is this not more watermelon-y? And it's because of the mango, and it's because of that lime pulling against the traditional watermelon scent with a lovely citrus burst that is in here. And it's an almost candied lime. It's the lime from a limeade. Like
Yeah.
at an ice cream social, like a lime sherbet.
There you go.
See? Ice cream social.
Just has a fun little zesty side.
Right. Has there actually been an ice cream social since 1957? And something creamy in there, something almost lactonic under the surface, almost denoting that this is a cream. Get it? Right?
At first, I wasn't sure if it was part of the base, but I'm getting that with you. Maybe it's the lighter wood, something in there, and a little creaminess.
And there is a delightful and very subtle sandiness that I get from the shaving cream base at A&E that is a compliment to all of the scents so far that we've experienced. And I'll say it again. I know we never talk about price here at the Barbershop Duet, but under $12 if you're a member of the back rooms. Are you kidding me? Wow. And then almost, a lemonade sense. Like on the way out. The fruits like start as watermelon and then go into mango and lime. And then there's like a lemonade hit at the very end. That's the rainbow of fruit flavors, right? Skittles. And boy, those woods and resins really give a masculine kick and base to those fruitier top notes. That's why I'm thinking this is more of a Ralph Lauren cologne than it is like a watermelon Jolly Rancher scent. This is sophisticated. Sorry, Lee, I'm going to say it. And then something just ever so subtly green. I don't really remember what the Lizia is. We'll tell you in a second when we get to the scent note list. But something like you said, the watermelon rind or the green leaves of the vine just keeps taking you outdoors in the sun. All right, y'all, well, come along with us. We're going to tackle this list of scent notes and build you a shaving cream lather. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com. We start with the gruesome twosome. Here on top, bergamot and lime. And I love that they're listed separately because bergamot's kind of limey, but it's not the lime I'm getting in here. Bergamot is that ubiquitous top note from Chanel No. 5 that became so famous all those decades ago, and it's in just about every fine fragrance and shave soap that we've covered on this show. But the lime creates a much more citrusy presentation of this, kind of like a margarita lime almost.
Yeah, it helps have it, like the bergamot next to it, for me, makes it feel more like the sun is up, like it's a daytime kind of thing.
Well, and the bergamot lightens up the lime and keeps it from being too bossy, I think. And then into watermelon, the best overripe watermelon you can imagine from the summer of your childhood, the kind with the seeds still in it. I'm convinced that the seedless watermelons don't really quite taste as good as the old-fashioned ones where you had to spit out all the seeds. And then how you getting the mango in this? I wonder if it's a little close to the mango shave cream here. Hold on. Oh, not entirely unrelated.
No, but it's not like it's half watermelon and half mango. No. I would say it's 3/4 watermelon with a little quarter of the mango-ish fun.
And then another quarter of lime. So it's more than the sum of its parts. And y'all, we did do a little research on Lizia cubeba. It is a small evergreen tree native to China and Southeast Asia. And the aroma is
a sweet, bright, and intensely citrusy scent similar to lemon or lemongrass, but softer. Luxury lemon of perfumery.
Did I say lemon or did I say lemon?
You did.
There you go. And then here comes that rather hidden alcoholic note of rum. But y'all, it's kind of the spices that are in the Captain Morgan spiced rum. So for me, it's binding with the guaiac wood that we're about to read. And then brown sugar, which for me, oddly, adds more to the woody notes in here than it does to the fruity ones. How do you get the brown sugar?
I think it's just this seamless transitions from the fruitiness to the woods. Like the rum and the brown sugar are just that perfect in-between mid-notes that help get you to the guaiac wood, the Toulouse balsam, and cedar wood.
And y'all, between those three, the guaiac wood can get pretty dark, and then the Toulouse balsam is going to be a lovely salve to that darkness. It's a resin, yeah, but it's lighter, creamier. And I think that was the sense of creaminess I was getting in the middle of this. And then the cedar wood. We are learning recently that cedar can be all kinds of things. Is this more like the effervescent pencil shaving cedar for you, or more of like the bark of the cedar tree?
I want to say it's the bark of the tree, but it's a little bit lighter somehow. So maybe it's a little bit of the inside and outside.
Well, sometimes mixing music, you can have a really loud drum, but you turn it way down in the mix. So it would normally be kind of a loud singer on its own, but once you balance it out, it just has that perfect little kick underneath. That's what it's doing.
So I wonder if once we add some water and build a lather, if this is going to smell a little closer to the actual drinks kind of vibe.
If that will bring out the rum notes and things like that. Yeah, y'all, we have learned that things can change rather drastically in the lather, which is why we build one. So I grabbed my matching bowl and brush, created for me by Amelia and Gardner a couple of years ago. It was hand-turned live on Instagram, and they are so beautiful. I love these colors. These were an homage to a couple pairs of Converse that I had back in the 5th grade, turquoise and magenta, and they even got the blue and red of the Converse seal and a little bit of the silver of the grommets of the sneaker in there. They are true artists. This is the synthetic knot. I actually think, I know I'm going to get angry letters, that I'm more of a synthetic brush fan than I am even of the Badger ones, but you can put your admonitions in the comments. All right, let's grab
definitely more of a cream.
Oh yeah, it's very soft, y'all. In fact, I kind of want you to see this. Look at how soft This is softer than the butter left out on the counter.
I think that's why they had that new seal on it, because it does seem to move a little bit, especially during travel if things get hot. This one might move. Or when you tub load, just be gentle.
If you sent this down to Mary Beth and Brent in Georgia this week where it's over 100, it'd probably be liquid when you open the lid. And a little summer rain on here. You know what's funny? My mom, speaking of watermelons, was an enormous fan of the comedian Gallagher. Did anybody ever watch Gallagher? Not Gallagher 2, not his brother. You can do a deep dive on that on YouTube. That was a very interesting relationship. No, y'all, the original Gallagher was kind of a prop comedian, but he was very, very smart, very witty in his comedy. He would do deep dives into the language, deep dives into the culture with kind of a hippie vibe around the outside. And at the very end, he would bring out the Sledge-O-Matic and he would smash fruits, he would smash Hershey syrup bottles, he would smash all kind of things leading up to the grand finale of smashing a giant watermelon. The first 10 rows always brought plastic that they would hold up. I always wondered how they would clean those poor theaters after his shows. There was one of them that even ended with a bunch of sprinklers along the front row that he turned on and it just doused the entire house. Y'all.
I'm getting some whiffs over here, yo.
I'm going to start transferring that cream up onto the brush. Now, we have talked to Peter. If you want, you can just take this cream straight to the face, cremo style, or ladies, straight to the legs. But we like to build a lather in this bowl, especially showing you how fabulously this sets up. Watch this. I'm going to dive down for the water right away because it just jumps onto my bristles. And look at this, y'all. The lather, man, cometh. And look at this. Look at this. I know we never talk about lather here at the Barbershop Duet, but I've only been working on this for like 90 seconds. And you know what? I bring you glad tidings of great joy. I am getting a little bit more of the rum, but I'm getting a lot more of the watermelon.
Okay, add the water to watermelon.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the How Jolly Is Your Rancher with on 3, 1, 2. Oh, my rancher is jolly. He's jolly. Smell that.
Yeah.
Whoa, way more potent. Way more potent there. This is sitting at about a 2.5 intensity. That's like a 4.
Clearly the watermelon needed the water portion.
And y'all, we love watching our Larry shaves. He's got that fabulous, buttery, smooth radio voice. Makes me wish we lived closer to his church so we could hear those sermons every Sunday. But y'all, we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, so we thought you might like to see how this lather coats and are you sure I don't even feel the brush. That's so protective. Oh, talk about padded. It's an embarrassment of riches. All right, yeah, well, come along with us. We're going to take our last few sips from this drink and take this down a little bit deeper. Your mom is known to serve watermelon for dessert and look at me side-eyed when I don't eat it, right?
That's true. Every time we go up to the cabin, we take watermelon with us, especially down to the river, and just let the coolness of the water itself of the river keep the watermelon cool until we're ready to cut it on the side on the rock. And we do. We all sit with our feet in the river and enjoy watermelon, and just something about that vibe screams summer fun to me. So I think that's why as soon as I smell this, I'm immediately taken to like a nice sunny day, chilling out at the river, at the beach somewhere, and enjoying a watermelon.
And these are pictures of Battle Creek, where Sarah's family do have their cabin up near Red Bluff, California, so far off the grid that it takes about half an hour off of city roads to get near it, and then another hour of off-roading to get down to it. The final hill is like a 40% grade. It's called Widowmaker Peak.
That's actually where we ended up getting engaged, so it has wonderful memories for us.
And that trip, it was 110 degrees all day. During the day. Cal Fire used to just fly over my head about every 3 hours, be like, you guys okay?
He almost ate the watermelon just to cool off.
Any port in a storm. And for some reason, as the sun comes up and you look up through the grating in your tent, because we sleep outside on the deck, all of the wasps are trying to get in to see what and who you are, which is an interesting way to wake me up quickly.
I think we will not have a neon green tent anymore for that reason.
That's probably part of it.
But I like that even though you wouldn't actually eat the watermelon, that you still enjoy this version of watermelon.
I do. For some reason, I love watermelon scents. And boy, is it sitting beautifully in here. But y'all, it's like only about 30% of this scent. It's all of the magic of everything else going along inside of this.
I had no idea that watermelon cachaca even existed. Right. So it's kind of fun to have reasons like this, that there's soaps created, like the baklava one, or different things that make you feel like you can go on an adventure every time you shave. You don't want to go for a walk either. She's pouting already.
Today, right. We might just have to stay home and play Forza. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus on his first trip up to that cabin with his feet in Battle Creek, sitting back enjoying a tall, icy Coca-Cola, sitting next to a friend of the family who also happens to be a police officer. And just about the time a little water snake swims by and you go to point it out to your friend, the police officer, and realize that he's already on his car making his way up Widowmaker Peak on the way home because he's not having that. You are going to get your own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with watermelon cachaca from A&E, and I was thinking, I think these creams from A&E are just about the best way to convert our cartridge shaving friends into our hobby. Now, hear me out. It's not really the soaps they're scared of. It's the brush, the bowl, the rigmarole, having to invest in the hardware. This is a lateral move from Cremo, and at just about the same price point. You get them a tub of this, and they can actually put it on with their fingers in the shower and get a fabulous, comfortable, padded, protective shave, better than Cremo, and dip their toes into the pool of our wet shaving hobby, and we all know how it goes from there. A fabulous cream, and we're excited about the next one. Thank you, Peter. All right, y'all, it's that magic time to choose our lucky winner for a $25 e-gift card to Katie's Bubbles. Thank you to everyone who sent us in an email. Here are your names and corresponding lucky numbers.
Michael M., Gorguts, Ronnie, Lenny, Paul, Penrow, Larry, Timothy, Sel, Cole, Richard, Brent, Mike H., Rob, Seth, and Mickey.
And here's that magic time. Alexa, give us a number between 1 and 16.
14.
14! Rob! Hey, congratulations, my friend. We will be reaching out today to let you know how you will be receiving this e-gift card. And keep your eyes peeled here for next month's giveaway. It's going to be awesome. Yo, we forgot talc and lavender, which is also in our shave den, is also a shave cream from A&E. We forgot to bring that one out here at the beginning. That one is fabulous for me. You know why? Because it's pure talc. It's chalky. It's not baby powder. It's a fabulous masculine barber powder in the best natural of ways, and then meeting with the lavender from A&E. Are you kidding? Does anybody do lavender better than Peter? Have you smelled Lavender Noir? The Commune in the Mountains sing a folk song about it.
But if there's other shave creams that we've missed that you'd like us to check out, so let us know, because we clearly enjoy the ones we have so far. We can always add a few more.
And they have accompanying splashes, which I love too. If you are the matchy-matchy type, DJ, we're looking at you. And Peter, Talia, and Evelyn, thank you so much for sending this out for free to our little show to review. And thank you for making it possible for the people in the room who are actually trying to save money at that hobby to be successful in that endeavor, and without any compromise to the formula or the scent. These things are magical.
Don't forget, you're next to Poe at the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.